What's up, everybody? So a couple nights ago, I was heading back home from the Bronx Zoo, actually, and decided to stop and get some ramen on the way. I was down in the Rockaways taking care of a buddy's dog and decided to stop at this little shop called Oasis. This isn't the first time I've been to Oasis. I was actually brought there by a buddy when I first moved to Brooklyn, actually, and I don't know what bowl I got, or I don't know what the deal was, but at lunch when I went there before, I just really was not impressed with the bowl of ramen that I got. However, a couple nights ago when I went back, I was really, really impressed. So, things to take away from this is that maybe sometimes the first time you go to a ramen shop and you get that spicy miso, maybe the chef's having an off night, or maybe it's a different chef altogether, or maybe there wasn't the freshest ingredients that day. I don't know. But this isn't the first time this has happened, actually. Even if you have a bad experience at a particular ramen shop, food-wise, give it another shot. Give it some time and give it another shot. Because I've also had the same experience in Japan as well. There's a chain ramen shop called Tenkaippin that's really popular in Okinawa. And people swear by it, locals and Americans. And when I went there the first time, I thought it was actually kind of disgusting. But about a year before I left Japan, I decided to give it another shot and try something else now that I had really developed my taste for ramen. And I ended up getting spicy tantan, and even that ramen shop ended up being really good to me. I wrote it off when I first went there and had a bad experience, and that wasn't the right way to approach it. So Oasis, it's located here in Rockaway Beach. It's a little shop, and it's actually really good. So yeah, basically, I decided to give Oasis another shot. It was kind of on a whim, and ended up having a really, really good bowl of ramen. As far as my rankings in New York City are concerned, it's pretty high up on my list. I'm really glad I went back. I wasn't planning on doing it initially, but I went ahead and made a video about it, so check it out.
Send me to my grave.
I'll tell you about this little lady in my life.
Send me to my grave.
Relationship. Since neither of us ever really agreed
Yes,
on
yes, yes.
But I love her though. And I think she
I
loves
gotta
me.
speak me.
But you know how relationships go. Now check it out.
The cipher think you can show me a thing or two about the game. Put out your flame with the freezing rain, colder than an ounce of cocaine won't blow at your brain. I'd rather torture you, man. Have you strapped to a table, blowtorch, scorching your frame. You're screaming in pain. Meanwhile, I'm scheming on brain. Uploading semen through the DSL of your dame. You see, it's a shame. Vice has to pee on you lames. I greet you in peace, turn your back, beat you with chains. A G for the fame.
I got the Monster ramen. I'm not sure why it was called Monster, but it was pretty dang good. Notice the thick, creamy tonkatsu broth. It was great. Without asking for extra, it has an okay level of spice, but it wasn't enough to make me sweat. It had great flavor though. Well, I forgot what I got last time I came here, but it definitely didn't taste like that.
Maybe it's a different one.
It isn't. I'm pretty sure it's a different one. But that's really good.
So I'd give this place another chance.
Yeah. The beef chashu was super thick and had great flavor, but beef can get a little dry, and this was no exception. Thick.
Does not look like chashu.
flavorful. Let's see how this noodle is. The noodles pulled the broth in and made for a super flavorful bite every time. Sometimes you can see the noodles take on a red hue, just the broth and spice clearly telling us.
Yeah, huh?
It's pretty spicy. Not terrible, but
I'm not sure whose tea is which, but I don't think it matters.
the egg was cooked to perfection. It did not have any sort of standout flavor. I'm not sure if this is due to the fact that it was marinated in the same sauce as the beef, or if I was just unable to pick the flavor out, but I still enjoyed its squishy addition to the bowl.
To go for a swim in a pool called a bottle where the water is gin. He dives right in. Hey dudes, the water is fine. They hit the pool around the corner where the water is wine. He swim all night and all day if you let him. Sometimes they had to send for paramedics to get him. His life was an episode of an invention. He thought the sport swimming was the greatest adventure. Went off the deep end one too many times, almost had drowned him. He had swallowed over 3 liters when we had found him. We all thought he had learned his lesson perhaps, but the very next day he was back doing laps. Still comparing the microphones.
What the egg?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll be honest. I'm really impressed.
Not bad, huh?
There were so many freaking noodles in this bowl. Honestly, this was a super filling ramen experience. I enjoyed the flavors of the broth and chashu so much that I had to keep going, but towards the end, I thought that there were a bit too many noodles to conquer. I still did though.
Mine is slightly spicy.
In the end, I'm really glad I came back to Oasis. The Monster Ramen turned out to be one of the best I've had in Brooklyn. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment about your experience at Oasis or shoot me a recommendation of other spots to try. As always, leave this world better than you found it.
Yeah, no, it's a ton of noodles.